Welcome to the Enlighten podcast, where I am going to take you into a deep exploration of what it means to exist in this current reality. We are going to raise your vibes, open your mind, expand your heart, and dive deep into the wondrous mysteries and possibilities of this lifetime. There's been a spiritual catalyst that has set in motion the awakening process of many across the globe to return to the knowingness of self and unite what has been separated. Together, we're going to bring light into that darkness. We're going to remember the joy of living. But most of all, we're going to turn up the volume of our own eternal power and do the thing we're here to do. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Enlighten podcast. I am super happy to bring back my dear friend Erica Cunningham to the show. Erica, how are you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. I'm happy that you're here. And I know last time you were on the show, which was over a year ago, you did a bunch of popcorn style readings for everyone in the live chat, which we are definitely going to get to shortly. For those of you who are just joining, please do not ask your question yet. Just hold it in place. Keep your typing fingers ready to go. And then I'll be taking questions on a first come, first serve basis. But before we get into that, there's a lot happening in the world, and there's obviously a lot of uncertainty because things have been so incredibly chaotic and uncertain, and everything's kind of changing. Plus, we just went through the wildest Mercury retrograde I think I've ever lived through. I literally just recorded the podcast for Mary Ducina today. That's coming out next week for our full moon in Leo, and she said it was also one of the craziest Mercury retrogrades she's ever remembered. You were having some issues, weren't you?
Uh-huh. Yeah, no, this was the worst one I've been through.
It was like
by far
beyond next level. I can't, like, next level isn't even the right term to use for it. It was off the charts.
Yeah, for sure. Well, and then you have all the other fear going on in the background too, which didn't help anything either.
Yeah. Yes, I agree. And let's talk about fear, because I think one of the things when we do readings, you do a lot of intuitive readings, I do readings for people. One of the things that kind of needs to be understood is that when you're asking the question, you're asking in a certain time frame, and we're giving you the most probable likelihood at this moment, but things can change, and fear can absolutely alter a potential outcome or a timeline. What's been your experience with that?
I mean, obviously fear, you hold yourself back from doing things. You stop yourself from making choices and decisions and, moving forward. My readings are a little bit different. I mean, I don't think things really change a whole lot off of the information that I've given. Sorry, I'm in my bed sitting on my feet. But no, it definitely does change things in it, because it's your energy, and it's like the same thing. You create your reality, right? So you're putting out that energy, and if you're in fear, that's what the universe thinks you want, so it gives you more fear. And now we have fear on a global scale and everything that's being put out, and it's sometimes it's really hard to stay out of that energy, for sure, because that can change your whole life.
Yeah, and there's a lot of doomsday predictions or warnings, narratives that circulate the internet forever. Like, it just seems like they're not going to go away. And it's kind of like I think it's important to note that there's always a possibility that some of these things can come true. Like, I'm not going to deny that, but it's kind of like the climate change narrative, like the icebergs are going to melt. Like, we were being told back in the 90s that this was going to happen, and that by 20 2012, we would all be living in the water, basically.
Yeah.
And that's clearly not happened, and everything gets pushed back, and that's what's kind of happening. And it's important to remember that if you're paying attention to a lot of these things, or you're allowing them to infiltrate your field just through having them listening in the background or how often you're tuning in, those things can actually affect your own creation field and what you're manifesting right now. And there has to be some sort of spiritual and energetic sovereignty to choose, like, I'm just not going to allow that stuff to penetrate my field for a while. Or find places where you can get your information that don't manipulate your emotions using fear.
Yeah, I mean, one thing I think that helps me is, like when I go through stuff, sometimes like I talk to you, but it is like we need each other. Like if you get into a spot like that, have your, group of people or person, because I don't have that many people that I talk to about stuff like that, and have a supportive person that can pull you out of that, and or share what you're going through, and kind of talk about it, because when you bring awareness to it, you shift the energy for sure. Just getting out of it, that it's either not that bad, or look at things a different way, or whatever that is. But you do need your people.
You do. And that's why community is so important. And you need a support system that you can lean on, even if it's just a couple of people. You need to have a couple of, tried and true people that you can lean on, that have got your back, that you can just talk about this stuff to and bounce things off of. Because sometimes we can go into the deep end, into the abyss of the what ifs, like, well, what if this happens? And what if that happens? And you can't play the what if game if you're not willing to actually look at the answers and say, okay, so if that happens, then what? What are you going to do? Like, just answer it.
Mm-hmm.
But it can be hard. I get it. Trust me. There's this idea too, like, I feel like fear can also change the timing of things. So
Mm-hmm.
it's not that it just will, it could potentially change outcomes, but I think it's more likely to change timing and maybe add a few circumstances you weren't counting or banking on.
Yep.
Little
Mine,
things you
I
have
think
to
in
jump
my
over.
for sure, the readings that I think that I've done, that I've seen people go through, that I've read multiple times, over a few years, it's still the path, but you can veer off of it a few times, fear of this, so you stop, or you make a different decision, or you make a safe decision and stay where you are longer, or whatever the case is, and change time frames for sure.
When you tune into your own guidance and you kind of like look ahead at what's ahead for 2023, have you received any kind of specific messaging or just themes or anything like that that have come up for you? Or even in your readings that you've been doing for people, has there been any common threads?
The common threads, I think, in readings has been, I've been getting a lot of travel for people, which is interesting. Um, but I think overall, like, I haven't got any like real specific information about 2023, other than I think it's going to be a really good year for people. I really don't think things are as bad as everything's trying to make, like the news, the government, like whatever it is. I don't think everything is as bad as they're making it seem.
Yeah, I feel that too. I mean, I think there's going to be struggles and there's going to be obstacles, but I don't think it's as big as the hype.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think there's going to maybe be a few surprises down the road, but I don't know what those surprises are or how they're going to play out. Like, who knows? But I think that one of the things I've noticed in the readings that I've done in the past is that when it comes to this year, I am like witnessing way better information. Like, when I say way better, much more positive
Mm-hmm.
like outcomes for people than usual. Yeah, yeah, like, because we've been through some hard times. We've been through some pretty rough years the last couple of years. So the readings are looking a lot more optimistic, I should say, than usual.
Oh no, for sure. I've been getting
Mm-hmm.
that too.
Yeah.
Well, and there's just the retrograde. The coming off this retrograde was like it was years long too, but it wasn't.
I know it was just insanity. So we're going to get into the reading shortly. For everyone who would like to ask a question, you have an opportunity to ask one question because I want to be able to get as many people on here as possible. And what you need to do before you type in your question is type the word question in cap locks, and then in regular type, just type in your question, and then I will start fielding them. So if you guys want to start doing that now, for those of you on YouTube, if you want to just type in the questions that you would like to ask Erica, we'll do that. And you can ask anything. You can ask personal questions, anything that will be helpful to you to navigate what's ahead. Like, this is your opportunity. And Erica is one of my favorite readers that I use. And she's very detail oriented. She gets some really cool things. And I have to say, a lot of what she has shared with me, a lot of it has come true. Um, so when you guys are ready, go ahead and type your questions into the live chat and we'll start this popcorn reading bonanza. So,
You go off bonanza because I told you I wanted to join the circus.
I know you did tell me today you wanted to join the circus. That was one of your missed dreams.
I know.
All right, we've got our first question from Dusty. She'd like to know, how will her court hearing go next week? Good question, Dusty, by the way.
There's going to be some more twists and turns with it, but I do think you're going to come out on top. You may have to provide more information or something that hasn't been done yet, but you're going to come out on top of it.
Okay, so just kind of missing a few details that they're going to require. So maybe just it's a delay through information. Okay, that's good. That's good news for you, Dusty. Next question is from Amy Benega. Should I become a NES bioenergetics health coach, or should she create her own program?
Create your own.
That was fast.
Very strongly.
Yeah. Create your own program. I love it. I mean, this is the time to really shine. Really go out on your own. Like this, I really feel like if there's ever a time to put your uniqueness into the world, it's the most supportive time you could ever do it is right now.
Yeah, and we don't have retrogrades for the next like
yeah,
3 months,
so
whatever it is, so do it now.
Amy, go nuts on it. Like, start creating it, put it all together, because this is a great time. Okay, thank you, Suiterbug, for monitoring that. Okay, D Lemon, business projects which I'm working on. D Lemon, I need an actual question around your business questions. So let me know down below. If I see it, I'll add it. I'll ask it sooner around your business projects. I just need you to clarify your question because it doesn't sound like one right now. And Dots MC question, anything for me? Guys, ask a specific question because she needs to be able to tap into your energy. So just make your questions a little more specific. Craig, why do I have such extreme fatigue?
The first thing I got was mold, but there's something in your environment that your body isn't getting along with. I definitely get seeking out like a cleanse, like from a naturopath doctor.
Okay, good. That's great. Craig, I hope that helps you. So you may want to look into doing a cleanse or seeking out a naturopathic doctor for that. Kim Finelli, the Life Path Ladies question is, when should I start teaching classes again?
Now. You don't know why you stopped, Mom.
Hi, Erica's mom. Good to have you in the live chat.
She's amazing. If you ever watch, she's amazing. She does numerology. I love her.
Aw. Okay, Georgiana Bowers. Question: is my friend from Germany coming this year to stay?
I get no.
No. Okay. Any other
Maybe to
information?
visit, but not to stay.
Okay, maybe to visit but not to stay. Okay. Curious cat. What does spirit want me to know? Home, move, anything? Thank you.
I get moving for sure. Um, Travel comes up for you as well. Um, and something changing with your income to expand it.
Okay. Good stuff. Dennis Lindsay. Question: will I be moving on the timeline I have in mind?
No, it'll be quicker.
Well, there you go. Even better. Someone, so your time, listen, okay, let me just pause here for a second because this is where we think that we have everything planned out exactly how we want it to, but there's actually a faster way or things can happen a lot faster. So that's why it's always good to stay open. It's always good to stay open. And Dusty and Amy, you're very welcome. Lorian Claus. When will I move into my new residence?
September comes up first. But I get there's some moving pieces that have to fall into place to get that to happen.
Okay. Melanie Taylor. My health has been the worst. Okay, her health has been the worst it's been for 14 months. Is there light at the end of the tunnel?
Yes, it feels like there's either a new doctor or somebody that you come across or gonna come across that's really gonna help a lot. They bring up stress too, so I don't know if you have a lot of stress, but trying to find something to reduce your stress and release it from your body.
Is there anything in particular around the stress that you get, like the cause of it?
I think some of it's the situation, but it feels like some life stuff too. So
Okay.
just kind of finding something to release the stress from your body.
Okay, D Lemon. Okay, here's his question: do the business projects that they're working on moving along? Are they moving along in the best way possible?
No, it kind of near like zeroes in on one person. Like there's a person that needs to change. Um, there's like someone better that you can bring in than what you have. Um, Whatever that means to you. There's someone that could make things flow a lot easier than they are right now.
Okay, so D
I think
Lemon.
whatever your question is, feels like you kind of know part of that. Um, so hopefully that makes sense.
Okay, something needs to shift, possibly with someone you're working with. Or, yeah. Okay, Curtis. Question. Whoa, I just lost it. There he is. Will I be united with my family and soulmate anytime soon?
Family, not right away. Um, Soulmate's kind of suggestive. I do get you're gonna meet someone. Um, I get something with three. There's like three different people. Um, but soulmates are kind of a. There's so many different views on soulmates.
Yes, I know.
But I do get a relationship though soon. I get the relationship before the family piece.
Okay, thank you. Um, XX Kiss. Question. I started to actually follow my dreams, pursuing music and film. I'm going to South by Southwest in March. I'm pretty new to the industry, lots of navigating on my own. Is this something I should pursue?
Yes, it's your dream. And I think once you follow, there's something with an agent, finding an agent, like finding the right person to promote you for sure, and really making. I don't know if you get information like through your like your stomach region, your lower region. Like really pay attention to your body when you're seeking out someone to represent you.
Okay. Rachel McVeigh. Question. When will I find a new place to live?
March.
That's just around the corner. Okay.
There's something. It feels like you'll stay somewhere for. I don't know what your situation is, but it feels like you'll kind of stay somewhere for like a few weeks or something, maybe before the other place is available. I get you find it in February, but move in March.
Okay. Thanks, Rachel. Okay, Dots MC. Question. Do I get a new job?
I get no. Um but it's also a choice. If you start putting energy out there towards it, that will shift.
I guess the question is, does he want it? Does this person want a new
Do
job?
you want a new job?
Yeah.
Or do you have no job? Let us know that if you have a job.
Yeah, yeah. Um, okay. Kathy, why not? Question. Am I meant to take the QHHT course?
I get not yet, maybe next year. I get something else is going to come up that would be better for you first. A different a different modality.
Something that'll be like a better foundation builder?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, Randy Houghton. Question. Are there big changes on my horizon soon, or is it a slow, gradual spiritual awakening?
Some of them will be quick and some of them will be slower. Um, I get it'll be easy though. And even with the bigger shifts.
Okay. Cormac Hamilton. Question. I have been unexpectedly parked up by life again, experiencing both connection and disconnection at the same time. Owed a huge croissant from one and a huge hug from another. Any info?
You'll find another job to get you by until you move. Um, Something in the next few weeks. Better than what you had before. Um, and that moving travel energy is in there as well.
Is there like a season that you're picking up on with that?
I get a lot of movement in the spring, like in the next 2 months. Um, but by fall.
Yeah, that's
But
what
I
I
think
got
all
too.
plans will be laid um
Mm-hmm.
up until then.
I got that the huge croissant will be delivered late summer, early fall. So,
Yep. And
okay,
then we get hugs in person.
yeah, all right. Peter Finelli, question: should I begin a Reiki practice?
I get no.
Hmm. Do you want to
Well,
share
Peter's my
why?
daddy.
Oh,
Peter's my daddy.
wow! The parents are in the
I
chat
miss
here.
you guys. Um, I get there's something better um for you that's gonna come up other than the Reiki. It feels like it's relatively new and someone either someone you know or someone that you're kind of like around that they're gonna like post a class or something like that coming up that you kind of go and try it out and end up liking it better than the Reiki.
Hmm. This is why timing can be very helpful, because something can be slowed down so that you have time to actually access something else that could completely change your course in a good way. Um, okay. Yup. What is the real reason of me seeing 444 and 777? I don't believe these are angel numbers. I think there is something deeper when people see numbers. Can we please get your perspective on that?
I mean, have you looked at it from a numerology standpoint? Um, that's kind of what I would look into if you don't, if the angel numbers don't really resonate with you. Look at the power of the numbers. Um, I see repetitive numbers a lot, and I kind of go more towards the numerology um, than the angel numbers, and and then feel it too. Like what makes sense to you? Like if you're seeing 444 all the time, does the definition of whatever it says that you're seeing, like, does that really resonate with you? And if not, then you know go to numerology. There's other stuff out there too,
Mm-hmm.
but just
I,
see if it resonate, like if what they're telling you resonates with you.
I would also say to on my thoughts on that, yep, are that I'm not really big on the angel numbers either. I find the definitions very broad and almost the same for every number, so I don't really resonate with that. But what I do like to do is pay attention to what I've just been talking about or asking, thinking about, or when the numbers come in. That's one way. Sometimes just seeing repetitive numbers can be a confirmation code for you. Sometimes just the numbers themselves are programmed with energy and you're just receiving codes through the numbers. That's another thing. Like, for instance, confirmation, like Cormac, one of the mods who's in the chat today, him and I were chatting on video earlier this morning, and he was giving me his thoughts on something that I had been asking a question about. And he was kind of confirming something for me, but at the same time that that happened, a lit up fairy body flew across the screen across my face that first started as an orb and then it morphed into a fairy body. So instantly, like, I took that as that's just a confirmation. They're letting me know this is the right energy to focus on. So that's just, I think, some other ways to look at it, because I'm sure quite a few of you find the angel numbers too broad to really give you clear understanding of what's going on. Like, they just seem like they're placating your I don't know, your desire to know you're in the right place. So okay, let me see here. um Wild Mood Swings 8. Question: will I be able to heal the nerve issues I feel on the right side of my body? Great question.
I get yes. It feels like there's a for some reason it feels like there's a machine or something like that involved, um through like a practitioner.
Scalar, perhaps?
I don't know. I'm not into that stuff. I don't know anything about it.
Mm.
It just feels like there's a practitioner involved, and I can see like a piece of equipment, and
Okay.
then like I can see like um like the energy kind of surging through the nerves, kind of waking them up.
Okay. That's helpful to know. Thank you. Uh okay. Yep, I'm going to get to your question a little later on as I go through. Nick M. Question: I have a Jupiter return this year in my 10th house. How does this look for my career? What should I pursue? I've been studying astrology in depth the past 2 years. Should I keep pursuing that?
Yes, keep pursuing it. You can answer more on the astrology side of things than I can.
I mean, having Jupiter in your 10th house at the top of your chart, and that's your Jupiter return, that's a pretty incredible spot to have Jupiter. And it's just, listen, if this is something you want to pursue and maybe take a risk on something, having Jupiter in your 10th house is a great time to do it. It's where you want to be expanding things. It's going to help bring in opportunities. So I would go balls to the wall, Nick, and just like give her, just give her and do what you need to do there if that's something that's really interesting you, because you're going to have a lot of astrological assistance on your side. Um, Sun Goku question: how will the month of February turn out for me?
There's a lot of movement in February for you. Um, Better than you imagine is what I get, was what I hear. I think it'll be a really good month for you.
Okay.
Like all the way around, not just, it's like everything. It's not just one thing.
Nice. Well, you want to share some of that energy, Goku? I'll take some of that. Okay, Stacy Brown question. My job may be ending soon. What is next? Another job or some form of providing not related to wage earning?
I get there's another, um, I guess what you would call like a human job in between. Um, and there's like an opportunity or something that I think you already know about that could be creating passive income for you. It's just investing in that more. Um, but I do get another job in that in the meantime. It's just kind of how fast you want to do it.
Mm. Okay, let's pause there for a second because I think this is a really valuable piece of information for everyone listening. In timing things, moving things forward, is how much effort are you going to put in? Because if you want something to move faster, by you putting more energy into it, you could speed up that timeline.
Mm-hmm.
I know
Because
I'm talking.
there's an opportunity um for a passive income type, like investing. um but yeah, like you said too, it just depends on how much energy and how much you're going to put into it.
Yeah, because this is a message I've been asked to share with my audience around the waiting. How much people are waiting for something to happen, or waiting for the right time, or waiting for just better circumstances. And the waiting is actually causing the whole timeline and potential to slow down and contract. So I would really suggest, especially for this year, one of the messages I keep getting for this year is don't wait, move forward. And it doesn't mean you have to rush, but just keep moving forward. Start pushing the energy forward and don't allow yourself to wait, because the waiting will just cause more waiting energy to show up in your field. So if you're really wanting something to move forward, you're going to have to start making some moves in the direction that you'd like it to go.
And don't be afraid to fail, because it's really not a failure. You know,
Exactly.
you learn something, you're moving forward, you're still moving forward even if you fail at it.
Exactly. Some of the things I failed at the most and have cost me the most money have been some of my the great most valuable lessons that are now they're now invest like I'm in that's becoming an investment into my now. So you just never know. Okay, Liz Allen question: should I be focusing on travel and creative opportunities surrounding travel?
There's a no in the way of that, so I don't know. Something needs to move before that happens. um because it feels like there's like a major choice or something like that that's in the way of that. So I don't know what your um there's something that has to change first in your life before you get to that. I don't get the travel and all that stuff is far off. I just there's something um that's kind of like holding you back in your life that needs to change first. And it feels like a person, so it feels like a someone,
Yeah,
not
I felt that too.
so
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
someone. It might be letting someone go,
Mm.
but it's a choice. 100%.
Which I'll tell you guys as a little hint, next week's podcast, Full Moon and Leo, we bring that up. So just
It's
know.
definitely an energy that's been up for a long time of like, who are we around? Who are we spending time with? Are they really in our highest good? Are they
Hmm.
contributing to our life? If not, they need to go.
Yeah. Yeah. Or just like, really push them to the side, like really far, far away. Before I move further, yep, I'll get to your second question here. Can spirit tell me what is my purpose? Why am I here? Do I get help from my guides and who are they? Thank you.
That's a fun one because that's not necessarily something that anyone can really tell you. Um, it's a journey. Like finding out that stuff is a journey.
Mm-hmm.
I've been on my journey. I've went through everything: religion, energy work, tarot cards, astrology. Like I've went through all kinds of stuff, and it's just you kind of have to answer it for yourself, and that the answer comes from that journey, and you have to walk your own journey to figure that stuff out.
It is. I've had people tell me certain things about my guides and all of that, but until I've actually met them in my own meditations,
Yeah.
those are the connections that actually mean the most to me because I get the most valuable insight, information, and I can actually feel them. I've seen them. And then that comes with time and it comes with self mastery, and you've got to be willing to put in the work. And I'm not saying that you're not, yeah, but it's one of those things that requires persistent work and dedication and showing up for yourself over and over again.
But if you want to see and talk to your guides, meditation is the way to go at the beginning for sure.
Okay. Is there anything you're getting for him standing in his way from that, just to kind of help him navigate that?
As far as talking to his guides or as far as following his path.
Yeah.
I just get doing it. It's just kind of intention and like setting that intention that, you know, it's intention, but it's also staying in the question with things too, and staying in the awe and wonderment of everything that's going on around you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Um, Amy Benenga's son would like to ask a question. His name is Noah Fries. And will he find his dream job and when?
I don't know if he's in school or there's something around school before that. And I get by the end of next year will be the dream job. It feels like there's a couple jobs in between. So I don't know if he's figured out exactly what he wants to do or he's like changed it, but there's like some kind of um like more path that needs to be walked down before you find the dream job.
Okay.
There's like a clarity or something that's coming up.
Thank you. Georgiana Bowers' question: is there a relationship for her or is she meant to be single?
It's a choice. Um I get a longer term relationship is probably a year or two away. Um there's like a growth or something that needs to happen. Um and I get a bitterness as well. Um that you kind of have to let go of before you're really going to be open to that longer term
Okay.
relationship.
Yeah. It's crazy because we don't even realize sometimes how much we're holding ourselves back.
Yeah.
Like we think we're open and
Mm-hmm.
down in our subconscious, maybe we're not. I've been there, so I like
No,
just
I've
trust
been
me.
there too.
So like I'm totally guilty of it. Probably still guilty of it. All right. Dynamite 555 question. I feel called to go to Oregon to work on a mushroom farm for free. Is this seriously what can help me with my retreat adventure I want to start?
Yes.
That was another fast one. Any other information that they need to know there?
Something about fun, just like really being in that fun and learning, and there's an innocence in it. Um, just making that leap. There's like an innocence with that leap that really expands and opens things for you.
Cool.
And don't worry about being taken care of, because you'll be taken care of. Just stay in an expansive energy, not in a like not in a fear energy. Just go with it, that no matter what happens, you're always taken care of, no matter what it is, and trust it.
She tells me the same thing all the time, so it's good advice. All right. Stephanie McKinney, question. I'm having asthma. Is it from emotions?
No, more from toxins.
Okay. Environmental or food?
Mm-mm.
Well, I guess food is environment, but okay. Time to reevaluate your environment, Stephanie, and the food, possibly. Okay, let's see here. Oh, Wild Mood Swings 8, who asked about you said that there might be a machine involved. She said her daughter was going to bring over a tens machine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right, Jenny P. Should my husband start his business now or should he wait?
I get waiting a little bit, and it's not long, but I don't know if you're trying to find financing or something like that for it, but there's a program or something like that that's going to come up. Um, and I get like within the next, it's like a month, like 1 to 3 months.
Okay,
He'll be
helpful to know.
successful though.
Yay, good news. Good news, Jenny. Okay, Newfie, question. Should I stay in the current field of work or should I change directions?
I get more change directions. And either you have a thing with being stable, like you're not just gonna quit your job tomorrow and run off and be a mushroom farmer, like but like I get putting your feelers out there now, like keeping your current stay in your current field, but putting feelers out, like asking like what else is possible for me, and kind of letting it come, that energy come back and show you, and like looking at job postings, like what do you want to do, what field do you want to go into, and it'll come up.
Okay, I love it. Anya, will I become a correctional officer this year in 2023? Thank you.
I get an option for it this year, but it feels more like 24, and I don't think it has anything to do with you. um so I don't know what that is, if it's like the classes or what. I think it's like a technicality type thing.
Okay. So don't take it personally.
No,
That's what you're saying.
it'll be
Good.
it'll be better it'll be better for you in 24 anyway.
Mm,
Even if it doesn't really seem like it right now, it'll be better in 24.
okay. Dennis Lindsay, question. Will I be able to start my YouTube channel or continue my work when I get to my new place?
Yeah, I get you're gonna have to change some things around and make more time for it, um whatever that means for you. um it just feels like things kind of like getting set up and organized, and um all of that, and like time is what is the big thing that comes up.
Okay. Dala Lee Richin question: will this divorce get done? Let me get to move home 1st of May.
I get it's going to be a little bit longer than that. Um, but by the end of the year, it feels like there's a few things that have to kind of fall into place, and it's kind of too close to call right now. If it'll happen by then.
Okay, Dala. So a little patience, I think, which I'm sure is not what you want to hear, but at least it looks like it's going to resolve itself later this year. Okay, Curious Cat question: you mentioned income expanding. Any idea what that will look like? Please. So that was in regard to a follow up.
I don't think it's set on what it's going to look like. Um, I just get the income expanding and just kind of trust it and, sit with it and just kind of being like that's like the secret to life, is being in the awe and wonder of things, really. Like if you really want to expand things, if you can stay in that energy, you'll rocket life.
Mm-hmm.
It's not always easy, but you will rocket life if you can stay in the awe and wonder of things.
It's true. It's true. And that's why, like, lately, and if for those of you who are in my alchemy program, if you've taken some of my courses or you've bought any of my meditations, some of them I create in a really high vibe, fun, exciting energy, because that will attract and like increase the magnitude and the magnetism of your ability to pull what you want into your reality. So have fun, be playful, smile. Let every cell in your body smile, and that will really help. Money Boss TV question: will I have a baby in the next couple of years?
Yes. If not two.
Ooh, double. Okay. Yay, more soul family. All right. And I apologize if I pronounce anyone's name wrong. Okay. I'm the worst at it. So just a full disclosure. Apple Kiachan question: what entity or ancestral karmic loop is preventing me from making money?
I don't get it's a karmic loop. I think you've cleared whatever um that is. I get it's more within you. Um and it feels like it's in that fear energy. There's either something, you're afraid of success, you're afraid of it being taken away, there's some type of fear that's in the way of that.
I got that too, Apple.
A good thing though, you cleared the karmic loop, so that's
Yeah.
the good thing.
Yeah.
That's the hard part.
So now
That's the hard part.
it's not outside of you, it's just inside. So that'll help you
And
navigate
I
it.
fight that, I fight that one too, so I feel you.
Yeah. Okay. Zephyr Rain question: is acquiring the mercantile gold a solid goal for me, or should I look elsewhere?
I get elsewhere. There's something more fun and expansive.
Okay.
But I get you start looking for it and something's going to show up pretty quickly.
Be on the hunt, Zephyr. There's something better. Okay. Anika Sherry question: I'm seriously contemplating moving to Bend from Portland, Oregon with my family. It will take me away from extended family. Is this the right move?
I get you need to go there and spend like a week and kind of like really feel the energy out of what's there, and you'll have your decision.
Okay. And that's the thing. Sometimes we need to, even though it may not be the right decision long term, we would never know it until we make it, and we have to make it. We have to do it before we can go on to the next thing. Like sometimes that's part of the
Mm-hmm.
process. So just no judgment on yourself and just be easy. Ash Marie, question. I have been feeling so stuck and lost with direction and the path I'm supposed to be on. Will I be released from this stagnant energy soon?
I get yes, and it's going to come through meditation. And I don't know
Oh,
if you're great at meditation because if they're kind of showing me and I suck at meditation. Um, so I don't know what that is. So if you fight meditation or whatever it is, but that's where your answer is going to come from is as through meditation.
okay. Onto the cushion you go, Ash Marie. Let's see here. Where else? Um. Okay. L. Did I miss someone? Let me just make sure I didn't miss anyone. Okay. I don't think so. L. Wagner. Question. Will I soon be able to cut my hours to part time to help take care of my grandbaby?
I get yes. There may be a job change in that though.
Okay. So, L. Wagner, you may need to change jobs, but it looks like there's a yes down the road for that. And Money Boss TV says, "Oh my God, hallelujah! Thank you for the baby coming in, maybe too." Okay, Cecilia or Kia, question: will my relationship with my younger son get better?
Not yet. It's on his end, not on your end. It feels like there's some things that he has to go through first that before your relationship's going to get better.
Okay. Sometimes patience, we can't rush everyone along on the journey that we're moving through. If we're moving through it faster,
Especially kids.
I know, I know. Oh, patience, which is something I don't have enough of, which I was told today by someone. Someone who likes croissants. Okay, Kathy, why not? Question: will the medical medium info help me and my husband get healthy?
Yes, but there's an easier way. Um, so whatever that is, if it's through a um naturopath or whatnot, but the other way is pretty extreme. It feels. I mean, it'll work, but there's an easier way.
Mm. Okay, so just put the intention out to be shown the easier method for you guys, and hopefully it'll show itself. Randy Houghton, should I still be performing with my band or concentrate solely on my spiritual path?
Both. You can have it all. So I get there at different times, just making time for both. I think eventually you'll probably just follow spiritual 100%, but right now, you need an outlet. And I, I'm huge into music, like massive. And music is so spiritual and clearing and cleansing and stuff like that for me. And it feels like that's a lot for you too. So, kind of, if you shift your perspective maybe on like playing in the band and you can still have your spiritual path with it as well, um, might kind of shift your perspective on it.
Okay, great advice. Okay, follow up question from Amy Benega. And okay, should her health coaching focus be on traditional nutrition and wellness or include spiritual elements or both?
Both.
Yeah.
You're gonna appeal to more people. Like you'll be able to help more people.
And get deeper.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Um, I'm so happy you're happy, Money Boss TV. I know the feeling. Um, Nick M. Question: will I find a long-term partner soon?
I get yes. Like in the next 4 months or so.
Hmm. Springtime. Almost summer. Okay. Um, okay, Money Boss TV has a second question. I am waiting on my biggest client to book advertising for 2023. They are way late and are normally booked by now. Is John Deere going to book advertising for 2023?
Yes. But by like March is what I'm getting right now.
Okay. So a little longer, you're going to have to wait. Um, okay, Ash Marie is just saying about the meditating that she's also not the best at meditating. Um, may she also ask if happiness is close for her and what might it look like?
That's the thing. How you I can't tell you. No one can tell you what happiness is because
I
it's different for
know
everyone.
it
And
is.
it's I mean that's it's funny like for I mean I know for me um people always think like having a ton of money or like what I mean wealth. I've had to look at my own wealth and like what does wealth mean to me and what does that look like, and it's different than other people's, and everybody's is different. Like it may be yachts and Lamborghinis for someone and it may be a cabin in the woods for someone else.
Mm-hmm.
It's what is your happiness? What does that look like for you? Like that's what you really have to figure out.
And I would say one of the quickest ways to start uncovering that is to start tapping into your inner child. Like reconnect with your inner child and start like because that's going to be your fastest route. Your inner child's going to show you a lot. Um okay. Nicole Couture, what do you see about my marriage?
There's some choices that have to be made, and I think you've already made them. That's kind of all they really want to say about that.
Okay. Okay, Nicole. No more delaying, no more dragging the heels. Not that, there's always reasons for it, but yeah.
Oh no, I've yeah, no, there's yeah.
Okay. So, Sun Goku has a second question. Will I travel to a foreign land sometime this year?
Thailand? I get yes. It's like the end of the year or so. If it's not traveled in this year, it'll be planned and travel like early next year.
Okay, cool. Randy Houghton says, thank you very much, Erica. This clears up what that he's wanted to always know. So that's great.
Of course. I appreciate y'all
Okay.
being on.
Okay. Zephyr Rain has a follow up question. If it's okay, what direction should I look as far as a way to make a living?
Something that's fun and that you enjoy doing. And I've had people tell me that a million times of like, what would you do all day long and not get paid? And it took me a while to answer it because you'd think it'd be easy, but it's not always, right away. Um, and look at stuff, like look at different things, look at job postings, look at different jobs, and figure out what you would have fun doing. Because they say money follows joy, so whatever brings you joy, that's where your money is.
Plus, work never feels like work when you love what you do and
Mm-hmm.
so just what interests you and get creative, be creative. Don't look necessarily in the traditional routes. Like you just never know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Kathy Wynot has a follow-up question. Will her son pass his level 3 the next time around?
I get yes.
Okay. Suiterbug, one of our mods, Dave, has a question. Should I take advantage of this full moon in Leo?
Yes. More expansive than you have before. More expansively than you have before is what they say.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm just curious what taking advantage means. So, Suiterbug, if you want to be a little more clear, you can, but
You know he's not going to.
no. Okay. All right. Let's see. Anything else? Any other questions, guys? We're already at the hour mark, so if I don't see any questions come in the next 30 seconds, then we'll close it out. But everyone's saying thank you. Everyone is
Of
really
course.
grateful for the information. And if they'd like to book an actual reading, you've got a special on right now. You're doing clarity readings for a very discounted rate than what your normal rates are. Do you want to share that with the audience? What's going on?
I'm just doing 45 minutes for 111.
Clarity sessions.
Kind of just clarity sessions for 2023. Kind of like what's coming up, what's going to happen for you in 2023.
Yeah. So just so you guys know, the information is down below her email. Just email her. It's in the show notes and in below the video. You can email her and she'll give you all the information. And okay, we have a couple more questions really quickly. Yup has a question, if one more is allowed. They've been single all their life and have been told it will be like that till for the rest of their life, but wanted to check in to see differently. I know I already have an answer for that one, but go ahead, Erica.
Yeah, I do too. It's choice, but it's
Yeah. Okay, can we okay, you go, and I'll rant. I'll rant in a second.
Let's just talk about that though, because I have a friend that has been told that too, and it's choice, and she keeps someone away from her. Fighting your own happiness. And why in the hell would you believe someone who
I
told you
know.
that?
That question
I hate when people.
I know, it's just like burning me up right now. I'm like, I had a client ask me the same thing, that they've been told by 3 different people that they're going to be single for the rest of their life, and I'm like, that is so irresponsible. I can't even believe that there are psychics or intuitives out there who say that shit, and that's shit. I just want to say that's shit. Like, it's just BS. Don't ever give your power away to that kind of nonsense, because at the end of the day, you live in a free will universe. If you want it, you can have it. You may have more obstacles than other people that you have to go around, that you may have put into your own soul contract, but it's your choice. You do not need to give up and think that you're helpless here, because some idiot told you that. I'm sorry. That's an idiotic thing to do. I don't like that stuff, as you guys can probably clearly see. Does that not burn you up inside, Erica?
Oh yeah, it does.
Oh,
Yeah,
I've
had friends be told by some people that I don't. Yeah, no.
It's so irresponsible. It's so irresponsible. Okay. Rachel S. question: will my health issue resolve quickly and easily?
I get stressed with that one too, and worry. So letting stress and worry go, from that. They're saying something about some kind of cellular therapy, so I don't know what is going on with that, but something with cellular therapy is coming up.
Okay. I'm going to take one more question. I'm going to take it from our mods because they've been so helpful tonight. Cormac Hamilton, and I think this is a question that will be helpful to everyone. Can you share why some of us are kept so distant from our tribe?
There can be a lot of different reasons. Something that you put in your contract before you came back. You're hiding from your own power. It's kind of like if you had all those people around you and, things like that. It's hard to answer because it's such an energetic question. It's like trying to explain energy sometimes
I'll
is
offer
rough.
something as well. I'll offer something here as well, that I think that part of the reasons, because there's multiple reasons to this, but I think one of
Mm-hmm.
the reasons why this happens is because we have to choose to not want to be alone. And a lot of us resort to being alone because we think it's easier. And there's a challenge there of really opening ourselves up and allowing ourselves to be seen for who we are, and to open our hearts to connect and trust people. So there's like a lot of different reasons why it happens. And I think one of the problems, especially with those who are very deeply embedded into the spiritual journey, is that you just feel like you're better off alone because you're an empath. And stay tuned, because I've got a video coming out this week on this very thing. Um, that you can't handle the energies, or you just can't handle being around all these people, and it's not true. You're using that as a scapegoat or as an excuse, which is something that you've got to overcome in this lifetime. But there's a lot of different reasons.
Yeah. And a lot of it's power. Like it's, if you were that powerful, like you're afraid of your power, you're afraid of being seen as being powerful. So
Mm-hmm.
you don't show yourself to those people and you keep yourself away from those people.
Yeah, yeah. Well, thank you so much, guys, for coming in and asking your questions. If you have your own personal questions, or you want to get a really deeper read, and you want to book with Erica, I highly suggest you do. She's fantastic. And if you want to, her email's in the description below. You can reach out to her on Facebook or Instagram. Guys, I love you so much. Have an incredible evening. Next week, I've got Mary Ducina on the podcast. We're going to be talking about the full moon in Leo. She's also going to go into the Saturn transiting Pisces. Even though we're going to talk about that more for the March podcast, we did go into it more. And I think you're going to be really pleased with some of the information that comes through around that. So, guys, I love you. Have an incredible evening, and we'll be back with you next week.